I always wanted to be a doctor. I pretty much made that decision when I was 9 and was pretty much unshakable from that age. I think I have to be honest and say it was a curiosity about biology more than anything else. I wanted a title. My father was an airline pilot. He was called captain. I wanted to be called doctor. And then I realised just how much privilege was involved and how much people trust and how much regard you're still held in. And I like to feel that we can help. And it is that getting home at the end of the day and thinking, yeah, I helped somebody today. Doctors are as vulnerable as anybody else to mental health difficulties, and yet they don't often want to confront that in themselves, are often told not to, are often scared to seek help. Again, with that fear of failure, fear of seeing to be weak, being seen to be letting the side down, not just for themselves, but their patients, but the profession as a whole. And I think for doctors being reported or to the GMC or being invited to be reviewed by the GMC is possibly one of the worst things that they can think of happening. So some of the common worries that doctors have is, well, what will happen if I lose my job? What happens if I lose my licence to practice? They're often angry. They are sometimes detached and cold. They are sometimes a bit paranoid. They are absolutely terrified of being exposed to the media because there's always some awful story in the press about something that's happened to some doctor. So as a doctor working with the doctor support service, I'm available to act to be a friend for a doctor who needs just to talk to another doctor. Doctors have got a particular perspective on what it's like to be a doctor. We can say, we know what it's like to be the person that you are, to do the job that you are, the pressures that you are under. And so what I do is I offer a friendly listening ear, and we can also offer a personal support service in tribunals to act as again just a physical presence, not being involved in the tribunal, but just to be there and to have cups of tea with. I think again for doctors, they don't necessarily want to talk to their family. They certainly won't want to talk to colleagues, and just having somebody that understands but isn't immediately related to their workplace, I think is very valuable. Why I'm particularly personally interested in providing support for doctors is that I've had my own mental health journey. I've had depression all of my life. And it's something that I know that I have to manage, that it's a lifelong journey. And there are intervals in my life when I've had challenges, and it's taken some significant work-related events in order for me to seek out help. But I know that it takes a degree of bravery to confront your own demons. And to say I'm vulnerable and I need help. I know that talking to doctors through the doctor support service, this isn't about me, this isn't about my journey, but I can see myself reflected in some of the other doctors. So when I talk about empathising with the doctors, I truly can, because I know what it is to feel that your identity has become very much questioned. And I hope that my own mental health journey and the fact that I'm more than happy to talk about it to people might help just one doctor be able to help confront their own difficulties and seek help.